Hi there, Jamie here today at Teachers Tech. Hope you're having a great day today. Today I want to show you how you can use Canva to create a free website, and this can be done quickly, easily, and it can look great. So it's as simple as just clicking on a template that you like, and then after you get that, you can go ahead and start customizing the pictures, the text, the style, and all of this is set up very, very quick for you. And when you're done, you can hit publish website, and this allows you to publish it for free, or you could get a purchase a domain or use an existing domain you already have. So today on Teachers Tech, I want to show you how you can create a free website using Canva. So if you haven't used Canva before, this is a fantastic tool that you can do so many things. I use it for my YouTube thumbnails. I use it at work. I've created infographics, flyers, and so much more. It's a lot of drag and drop and using the templates to make it really easy. I just want to point out you can use the free, you can log in, create a free account. If you check out plans and pricing, you can see that there's the free one. I use the pro one, so I have a few more options when I'm selecting stock photo and some of the other items inside of it, but you can still create the website for free. If you're a teacher, look at this. You can sign up for free and get a lot of the tools for free for teachers and students. So I just wanted to point this out. You can explore those options. But for me, I'm going to go get logged into my account here by simply logging in, and I'm going to log in with Google. So once you're in, you get an idea of all the different things that you can create from presentations. You can use this for social media. You can edit videos in Canva. There's so many different things. And if I scroll down, you can see I use it for my thumbnails a lot through here because I can make them very, very quickly. Now, so if you're searching for something, in this case, I'm working on websites, I can just do a search and you can see different things come up. I'm going to use this website here, and you can see all the different templates that we have available to us through here. And you can you can kind of filter it down a little bit more. If you look over on the left here, if you want it modern, simple, and it kind of will break them down, but there's lots to choose from. So first step, I'm just going to go ahead and pick a template, then I'm going to start adjusting it. So I'm going to use this design right here. You can see as I hover over it, it's going to say 3 of 6, 4 of 6. There's 6 different pages in this. I could go ahead and star this for later if I was just trying to pick through a bunch of them. I do want to point out, you see the ones with the crown? These are part of the pro subscribers get this one for free. So I could access this, but I'm just going to use the free one on to use. So just so you know the different ones, if you ever see that crown. So I'm just going to go ahead and select this very simply, and I'm going to show you how you can manipulate this very quickly, preview it, how we can change our font, our pictures, how we can add things like videos and make quick changes to the entire fonts or style of this website. So the big thing about this tutorial is just showing you how to play with this to make those changes, and I think you're going to find it quite easy. Before I start, I'll just kind of scroll down. You can see as I go through, there's multiple pages. You can see they're separated with these lines here. Now, to get kind of a better idea, if you like this as a template, you could go ahead and hit preview up here. I'm not going to publish this as a website yet. I'm just going to preview it, and I'll wait till later on with the publish. Now it gives you a little bit better idea how it looks as a website. Maybe you want to see it with navigation. If I just drop down here with navigation like this, now I can click on it, brings me to the different parts, hit home, just like that. The other thing I like, you can see what it will look like, how it resizes for mobile. Click on it. So as you're working away, take a look as you make changes. Is this going to work with it? And it gives you that idea. Again, you could publish to the website right here, but we'll do this a little bit later. Just check down below if you want to check in the description, you can use the timestamps to jump to that part also. So I'm just going to close this. What I'm going to do today is just work through how you can make changes to your font, your images, and kind of the general theme of this. This is going to be just kind of playing and how to publish this, because this is a very simple way to create a website. So the first thing what I want to show you is to change any font. Now, at any time, I can click on font, and I can click on anything. These are all just objects, the pictures, the font. As soon as I click on it, I can drag it to a different place over top. You can see how it moves around very easily. I can resize it very easily. As soon as I do that, the font size is changing up above. I could change it to a different font. I can see all the different ones that I would want through here. So if I change it to this, you can see now it gets all squishy, it doesn't fit. Well, I could stretch it out this way if I wanted to do, and try to make it fit if there's enough room in it eventually. If I keep stretching, it will. So then you can see if that font will work, and I can resize just like that. If you ever make a change, you can always Control Z to go back, or you can hit this back right here. You can see undo, Control Z. If I go back a few times, it goes back to the font, maybe right to there. I could quickly tilt this if I wanted to. You can just spin this around very quickly. If I want to make change and just write something different, just click in it and just say what you want. So I can manipulate any of this font at any time by clicking in it and just typing what I want. So we go in here and just play with changing some font and seeing how quickly you can resize to get things to fit. So if you get that idea of all the different information that you might need. Now, if you needed to add some more font, you can do this in a few different ways. I'm going to show you a real fast shortcut here to add anything. So if I hit just the / on my keyboard, so if I hit the /, oops, I hit the /, this pops up, this magic thing. And take a look, I could add text, lines, arrows, circle. I could add emojis, rectangle, pie charts, hearts, all these different things that I can quickly get to. So this would be a shortcut if you just hit the /. So click on the page you want, hit the / if I want to add text, and then I could just type what I want, and then I can move this around and then click in it and type what you want in here. So notice it's black. This works just like normal text editors if you're changing. If I was going to change, click on the color, change my font to a different color, and you can see how it changes to it. So we could also, if you got your font and size and everything, you wanted to do a quick way to adjust things. So if I was just going to say page 1, just for an example, if I have page 1, and if I go to this, hit duplicate, now I have another page 1, and I know it's exactly the same size. So now maybe this is going to be page 2, and I know it's going to be the exact same size. So creating a duplicate of it, then altering just what it says will save all the different things too. You can quickly delete these two. So just click delete on it. The other thing that you can do is change it to a link. So if I go to learn more, and maybe I wanted to link, I'll just leave it as learn more. If I right click, and if I wanted this to link to my, if I right click in here, it's not right clicking. Here, do this one more time. There we go. Link right here. So if I click link, and now if I go to this, then I could type, where do I want this to go? So if I say teachers tech, and I just hit enter, now this is going to be a link. It says link added, and it's underlined here. I do want to point out, if I go back to preview now, and I take a look, and you can see that is a link, and I look down below and I can see that it would go to Teachers Tech. If I click on it, it doesn't go anywhere. So some of the things that I insert into this won't show up or work quite fully in this preview mode, but when we publish it to take a look, they will show up in the versus just what we're seeing here. So I'm just going to close this. And just talking about fonts, I want to show you one more thing with fonts. If we go over to our text over here, now I showed you with a / to do it. We could also add things from here. If I wanted a heading, I can click a heading in here. I can make the changes that I want. So if I say change if you can see that doesn't work very well. So if I go to my whatever color I want, make those changes to it very quickly. The other thing that's fun, if you click on this, you can see the other things that you can do up here from all the different, from underlining and transparency and locking. But I want to point out and here's links too. So another way to get to link, the effects. So if I click effects, notice here, I'll make this a little bit bigger too so we can see it. So if I grab this, I can start adding effects. So it has a little bit of a shadow. Maybe I want a different color, more white. Maybe I want it pink, or you can see how it starts to change on it. So I can make those changes. Maybe I want it a little differently. Maybe I want this neon. Again, just by clicking on these different things, I'm quickly making these changes to it. All I have to do is adapt. Do I want this curved? We have all these. How much do I want this curved and changed? Click and drag. You can see just how simple to manipulate any of these here. The other thing you can do is we do have these pre-made ones that already have kind of a filter on them. Again, check if it's a pro or free. If you see the crown, if I click this, I'll go down so we can see it. If I click this, we have effects, and you would see the effects that it has a shadow, it has a yellow. I can manipulate this. I can change the shadow to a different color. This would be the purple up here if I wanted it to be a different color. I'll just pick this color right here. So you can see I can quickly change any of those ones that they've already pre-made on this. And if you don't want them, again, you can just hit delete and they're gone. So adding text, changing text at any time, just click wherever you want, make the changes. You could copy paste things into this, also into this area from somewhere else. It will work here. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is changing the images. And just like text and everything, it's incredibly easy to make these changes. You can see I can click and drag. I can change the size. I can rotate just like that. I can use my Control Z to back up to where I was before. Now, if I want to change the image, if I wanted to keep all the effects that are on it. So if I go and click on this, I can see if I go to edit image, it opens up, all these different things that are already added to this. But if I was just going to keep it the same, I'm going to go over to my photos over here. Photos are stock photos. Some will be free. If you don't have pro, like everything will be free for me because I have the pro account. But again, look for the pro versus the not. Excuse me. If I change this and just drag it over and drop it, then you can see it's right in here. If maybe I want that phone a little bit bigger, I can go ahead and double click in it. I can move it. I could size it and move it again. And as I click off, it's adjusted to it. So I can make those changes very, very quickly to it. If I didn't want to insert it in, I could take any picture and I'll just pick one right here. I can see this is a free one. If I just click on it, it puts it in. So I added another picture. If I drag it and hold it, I can drop it into that placeholder. So that's the difference between it. So if I was adding another picture, I could go ahead and just add that picture to it. I could, if I wanted the same placeholder, a quick way I could do this is duplicate. So I could maybe size down a couple. And if I was changing, maybe I wanted the exact same size. So I'm just going to delete this. This is the size I want, hit duplicate. And then I move this down. And then I can go ahead and change the picture just like that. So I could add all these different things to it. Again, have fun with this. Try clicking and changing. Remember, you can undo your different changes to it. I want to point out that, so we have our photos, and I'm going to go down to just a different one of these pages. And let's say I was on this page right here. And I want to point out elements. So with the elements, you get more than just pictures. You get like lines, arrows, and logos. So if I was going to look for a YouTube logo, so if I look YouTube, you can see I have all these different ones. Some are images, some are just little gifs, but I just want an image. And if I put this on, I can place it, I can size it. So if I want it on here, and any image on here, if I right click, link it, I could go that way and I could link it to my YouTube channel. If it was hover on the website, they'd hover over and they see it would be a link and it would go to my website. I would just hit link, add it to where I wanted it to go. Remember, a picture can do that too, and link. If you wanted to change the color in this, any of these images that if you see the two colors up here, if I wanted a different color, you can quickly make, if I wanted a black arrow or play button there, I can make that change just like that. So when you do click on some of these, take a look. Again, you could look for things like an arrow if you needed to point at something. And then I could pick this and I could rotate it and put it on. I could change my color on it. Very simple to manipulate all these and size to it. So I'll just change this one. I'll change it just to a different color. just like that. Okay, do a quick preview here of what we have. And again, remember, not all things will be functional, like that won't work yet, but it starts to go through. You see what it would look like. I can check what it looks like on my phone. And then if I go back here again, so if I'm still thinking about uploading, well, those images are all part of Canva if I have my own images. So if I was going to go here, maybe I want to upload. So if I go to upload, these are pictures I've uploaded. I could upload an image from here or a video from my computer, click it, grab it, and upload it. And it's going to upload right into here and it'll stay in my account for as long as I have my account. I could just select it and it goes in. And notice it's in a big rectangle black background. If I go ahead and hit crop up here, I could crop that down very quickly and click off of it and it's cropped. Now I could also, if I go to edit image, now this is going to be a pro thing. So if you are using the pro one, the background remover, I use this lots. If I just select it and notice it pops and I hit apply, now I removed the background of it very simply. You can change order of pictures too. So if I right click, we have bring forward, send back, send backwards. So if I send backwards, and now I'm behind everything. So you can see if you wanted to be writing on top of yourself or whatever image, you could send it to the behind. If I right click, I could bring forward one or I could bring right to the front, just like that. So pictures, you could be uploading them. You could look for the photos in here or in the elements. Also on videos, there is the stock video. So if you look in stock video, you could go through and try to find free ones, do a search. You can search through. If I was looking for money, these are all pro ones. So you would need to try to find one that would be free of it, but you can play with that. But you could upload videos also. The other thing I want to point out with videos, so since I have a YouTube channel, maybe I want to put some of my YouTube videos somewhere. I could say, well, I'm going to delete this. So I don't need this here. I'm going to put a few videos and I'm just going to quickly, I'll just write in here, I'll put videos. So maybe this will be my title. And notice I have over here YouTube. You can add different things in Canva. So if I right click in here and, or no, sorry, don't right click, just click and YouTube and put this here. If you click and go through, it will put it over here, this YouTube. And now what it does is, so if I type in my name, I can search right in here and here are some different videos. So if I was going to go ahead and just pick a video, I'll pick an Excel video and I could size it, place it somewhere, and I could find another one and place another one somewhere. And I could just line them up the way I want. You know, I could have more to a page if I want, very simply like that. Again, if you preview it, these won't show up. They'll be just kind of a black rectangle. They're not going to show up till you publish the website. So if I hit preview, if I scroll down to this, again, it's always good to check with preview all the time. And as you go back and forth, if I go, I get an idea that, okay, here's where my videos are going to be. They're not showing up yet, but they will show up when I hit my publish to the website too. So the other thing, these last few changes, I want to show you how you can quickly change things. We can delete pages at any time. So if any of these pages that I decide I don't want, maybe I wasn't going to use this one, I have delete just like that. And that page, that part of the page is gone. Maybe I like this format and I wanted to create a duplicate. Now I have two of those on here just like that. So I can delete it if I don't want. I can also I can add another page. I could click here, add a page, or here. So if I add a page, I'm starting from a blank one, just the black, or I could go back up to templates and I could go ahead and choose different templates. So if I go to this one, as just an example, and I pick this, and now it's made this last page kind of, it has a template. I can change colors after, but it has this setup with images and I can just maybe drag and drop in it and it kind of that format that I would like out of it. So you can use other templates as part of the pages too on this. Now, the last thing before we go ahead and publish our website, I want to point out that we have styles. And what styles do allow you to change quickly the font and the color of the whole scheme of your website. So if I click on the first page, doesn't have to be the first page, could be the second page. So if I go to here on the second page and I go to styles, they have some color palettes I could use to make some changes. So if I click on this green one, it turns it green on this for this one here. But if I wanted to apply that to all pages, I just hit apply all. And it goes through, and I've changed kind of that color theme very quickly to all. I could do that with font too. So if I click on here and I go down and I look at, I have all these different fonts. You can see some of these are fonts and colors that you can choose. But if I could go see all, and I'll just use this as an example. If I click on this, you can see the change. It changed the font in here. And if I like that one, I can hit apply to all. And now all that has changed to every page that I have. So quick ways to make some style changes using the styles here. Now, the last thing I want to show you is publishing your website. And it's very, very simple. So if we go up to publish website here and just click on it, we have some options. Do you want this without navigation, with navigation? I'm going to say with navigation here. Do we want a free domain, purchase a new domain, use my existing domain? So I'm going to do a free domain on this, and this will be just housed by Canva. If I go continue, now I was already making some example pages here, so I'm just going to, you can see I was just making up random ones. So if I was going to be teacher tech testing, just like this, and I'll just add a number, and it will let me know if that was already used already. It won't let me continue, but it says publish. I could give a description of this website here if I wanted to, and this will help in search results, but I'm not going to on this example. I hit publish, and it just takes a moment, and then it's going to go ahead and publish my website here. And it's so what we have here, we have copy. I could go and copy this and give this to somebody else, and then they would see the website that I've just created, or I could view the website if I want to see what it looks like right now. Here's what it looks like. And I want to point out, so if I was going to go to learn more, I might have to go back and check my link on this one if it was working, if I typed the right thing in. But notice that my videos are right in here, and I could play my videos from inside my website just like that on it. So if I was going to check a link to make sure, well, something's not right on this, if I went back, so I'm just going to close this down, and I'm going to just click off of this one. Now I'm going to go back and edit this again. So I go back and edit, and this is where it wasn't working here. So let me check my link. I'm going to go up to, remember, there's a couple different ways. I'm going to right click, go to link, look if there's anything wrong with that. Well, that should work. Let's add an S here, just like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and just hit enter here. Link's been added. But any change that I make, and so let's say if I was deciding a picture too. So if I was going to go change a picture, and this will be pretty random here, we'll put this here. So now I've made changes. Just because I made those changes does not mean that the website people are saying would be any different. They're not going to see anything different until I publish the website again. So if you're making changes, make sure you publish the website again. So I have to go through this, again, if I wanted to see everything that's published to there, continue, and I'm going to hit publish again, and it goes through. And it should just take a second, and then you'll be able to see that there would be some changes to it. So I could view my website. Here's the picture difference. I got to double check my link here. Usually but the link should work on here, but I could go back and keep trying to, I think I typed it in wrong again there, but I could go back and just make the change to it, and it should work again. So if I go back and I want to see where else this is saved here. So this is my URL right here. It's going to be, this is what I'm going to be sharing with anybody to see it. So I'm just going to go back one more time here because I want to check to see. And I'm going to go to edit. I want to see what's happening with this. I'm going to actually delete this and test it on just anything else. So if I go to this, I'm going to right click, link, and I'm going to just type teachers.tech again, one more time, hit enter, link added. I'm going to go back to publish, and hit publish. And you can see how quick, every time you make those changes, you make the change on it and it'll go through and then it will pop up again, view your website. And as I hover over this time, and there it works that time. So I think I just had the link underneath actually on the first time. So just going back and checked it to make sure everything was working. Now, if I go back, I'm going to go to edit design again, and we're pretty much done here, but I just want to show you, if I go back to home here, it is also saved in here. So if I go down, this is what I was working on here. I never changed the title name on this. So if I was going to title this different, like I could title it whatever I want, and then it's going to be called that. So if you're searching for it, and if you had a lot of them, that might be a little easier. But I could go, if I want this gone, I could go ahead and move it to trash. I could make a copy of it. But if I wanted to edit again, just click on it and it's going to open it all up. But any changes you make, remember you have to republish this. So I hope you like this walkthrough of how to use Canva to create a website. So I was just focused on how you can make those changes to all the colors and add your own information. Let me know if this makes sense to you in the comments down below. If you use Canva for other stuff too, this is an amazing program, can save you a lot of time. Thanks for watching this time on Teacher's Tech. I'll see you next time with more tech tips and tutorials.